Well, guys, no doubt you remember all the drone sightings that everyone was reporting here on YouTube. People were taking videos and photographs, and it's all over the alternative media and the mainstream media. What are these mysterious drones? And we heard that they were from an Iranian mothership. I knew that was complete bullshit when I first heard that one. We heard that they were from Iran, North Korea, Russia. In fact, I actually had words with Steve Quayle about this. Steve Quayle, I was subscribed to his newsletter, his paid newsletter. It's like $175 a year. And I was subscribed to that newsletter, and he had an article that he posted telling his expose about the drones. And according to him, the drones were Russian, or at least some of the drones were Russian. And they were looking and pinpointing targets to hit with these tactical nuclear weapons, these intercontinental ballistic missiles. So there was Russia, Russia, Russia. And I told him, I said, that's not what I think that it is. I said, common sense tells you that it's our own government, our own contractors. And he got shitty over it. He got really shitty over it. Blah, 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 blah. And now, we see that Donald Trump has taken office, and they released a report a few hours ago about this. And it's what I said that it was. It was United States-owned drones.
And before I turn to questions, I do have news directly from the President of the United States that was just shared with me in the Oval Office. From President Trump directly, an update on the New Jersey drones. After research and study, the drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons.
They were FAA approved to fly. The Biden administration knew what they were, but they were trying to use, the alternative media to drum up all this fear and things about these drones, because they could come out and just told everyone what these drones were and what was going on with these. But they, according to Donald Trump, the Trump administration, they were FAA approved. They knew what they were. They knew what they were doing. But everyone online went crazy. And when I first heard about it, when I first started seeing reports of this myself, I thought this could be, you can go back and look at my videos, they could be looking for some nuclear material, maybe something that's got in the way and looking for nuclear material, like, nuke sniffing drones. And then about 2 days later, Canadian Prepper came out with that. But I made another video after he came out saying that his inside sources and everything said it was, nuke sniffing drones. We heard all about that. People were sending me emails telling me that Canadian Prepper had the inside scoop that it was nuke sniffing drones. I already said that, days before he did. And I was wrong too. And I made a video a couple of days after the first video. I don't remember how many days, maybe wasn't over 4 days probably. I made a video stating that I was wrong about the drones, that I was completely wrong about what was going on. And I always stated that they were ours drones, but when I said they was military, when I said they were sniffing for nuclear weapons, I was wrong. It's been a long day, guys. Sorry, I'm not perfect. This isn't scripted. It's just me sitting here in my truck talking. But I made a video after that saying that I was wrong about that it was our own drones. It was United States owned or contractors doing tests and things like that. The video, actually, I had the video, the last video I made about that pulled up here. Guys, over the last couple of weeks, we have heard so much utter nonsense about these mysterious drones over New Jersey and other parts of the United States. We've been told so many stories, so many theories, and we still don't know exactly what's going on. We've been told that it's Iranian. They're coming from a Iranian mothership. I've heard that it is from Russia. It's been North Korea. It's been everyone besides who that it actually obviously is. That's the United States government or Defense Department doing tests and doing drills with these drones. And I wouldn't even brought up the whole conversation with Steve Quayle if he hadn't have been so shitty about it. He don't want to be questioned at all. I mean, if you question something he says, he wants to go off and completely just destroy you, try to, because he knows everything apparently. And I'm sure now that he still thinks it's Russia. It's Russia pinpointing targets. And like I told him in the email, when we have a couple emails back and forth, that Russia doesn't need postage stamp targeting for those hypersonic intercontinental ballistic nuclear missiles. And they know where all the bases are at. They know where all the targets are at. Like I told him, and he went, wah, 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 wah. So now, according to the Trump administration, I was right. He would say the Trump administration is lying. They're misleading. And it's a possibility, I guess, but I don't really think so. I mean, it's obvious that if there'd been some foreign nation that the United States would have shot those things down. They wouldn't allow those things to come across like that. Just like the spy balloon from China, they knew exactly what that was. They let it come through, and they did that to get the alternative media and the mainstream media to keep reporting on that. Look over here, look at this, while we do something else. It was a complete distraction. They were testing these drones. They were testing new technology, but they were allowed to do this and not be reported to the American people. They were approved by the FAA to fly and be doing what they were doing according to the Trump administration now. But they allowed this hype to build because everyone's looking up in the sky at the drones, looking over here at the right hand while their left hand was doing something else. It was a distraction, a lot of it was. It was a distraction, and it was test on these drones, and probably testing AI with these drones. All kinds of different stories came out and things about these, but, and even I didn't know what it was to start out with. I thought that it had to be, I never thought it was Iranian or Iranian or North Korean or Russia or China. Everyone else thought that it was, but I never did think that it was. I always thought that it was their own drones. I was trying to figure out what they were doing and why they were doing what they were doing. And, in my first video, when they first started showing up, I talked about the nuke sniffing drones, that was a possibility. I didn't say it was. I said that's my best guess at the time. And then I made a video talking about Operation Bluebeam, and they could have been doing some practice for that, some test runs for that. I didn't say that's what's happening, but I said that could be part of it, that they're planning on doing this later on, maybe pulling this alien invasion thing to try to enslave humanity. But in my last video I made about this, I said that I was wrong about the nuke sniffing drones, and it was their own government doing this, and they knew what they were. And now, according to the Donald Trump administration, that's exactly what was going on. So you have to be careful. The moral of this video is you have to be careful what you latch on to. Alternative media, myself included, makes mistakes. And I try not to get excited like a lot of people do. I mean, a lot of people, they go all to pieces really, really quickly. I try not to get excited unless I know what something actually is. And, a lot of people watch these prepping videos and they will say, you were talking about economic collapse 2 years ago, prepare for it. Nothing's happened yet. It's gotten worse. But the thing about it is, these people think when you make a video that you're saying it's going to be within an hour after the video upload it's going to happen. No, that's not what I've been saying. But that's not what most prepper channels have been saying. They're not saying it's right now. They're talking about it's going to happen eventually, and we're getting closer to that because everything points to these different outcomes. But a lot of people will say, fearmonger if it don't happen within 15 minutes after video uploading. Economic collapse is a slow process. It takes a long time. And who knows? It picks up, it goes back down, it picks up, it goes back down. We may pick up for the next 4 years. We may go down for the next 4 years. We may completely collapse within the next 4 years. We may wait till after that. I mean, who knows at this point? But prepping is always a good idea. Growing your own food is always a good idea. Being prepared, being alert is always a good idea. And not getting excited and believing everything you see on social media. If it's from me, Steve Quayle, Canadian Prepper, whoever, don't just believe whatever you're told by these people. Like I said, including me. Think for yourself, do your own research, and try to figure things out. I try not to jump to conclusions. And when I make a video, like I talked about when the drones first started showing up, that it could be that it made sense to me at the time. That's my best guess, that they were looking for nuclear material. And it was amazing. I made that video, and within about 2 days, I think it was, Canadian Pepper made one saying the same thing. And people were messaging me, Canadian Pepper said this, Canadian Pepper said that, watch his video. And I said it days before he said it. And we were both wrong at the time. So don't get excited when you hear things. Relax, think it through, figure out what's the most logical explanation, and keep preparing, because things do happen and things are going to happen. United States economy, in my opinion, will eventually collapse. And if it doesn't completely collapse, like it has before, it's done it before, inflation will more likely go up. You'll have shortages and things like that. I mean, things do happen. So prepping is always a good idea, no matter who, is in the White House. If you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, hopefully.